Welcome to School Matters. I'm Lexi. We're here at the Center for Communications and Media Relations at Varina High School. For the past couple of years, this has kind of been my home away from home. Now I'm graduating, so I'm going to miss this place. Enough about me. Later in the program, we'll take a trip on the river, watch some bakers battle, and see how students use technology to help a cemetery. Trust me, it will all make sense. First up, we'll head to Short Pump Middle School, where the gym was filled with skilled competitors. But it's not basketball or volleyball. It's not even a ball. It's more of a square.
Thank you for coming to our 2022 Rubik's Cube competition.
Before we get started, I wanted to wish all our Pumas good luck.
After 2 years, we were able to hold our Rubik's Cube tournament for Henrico County. So we were excited to bring it back in person for everyone to join together. So we had Short Pump Middle as our host, and they competed with Wilder, Moody, and Holman Middle Schools. For elementary, we had Greenwood, Echo Lake, Colonial Trail, Knuckles Farm, and Shady Grove.
Y'all are gonna go back up, make your cube and your card.
So for the individual event, the top 4 students within every team were able to compete, and the students had to solve the cube in 2 minutes or less. Our top individual was Berkeley from Greenwood Elementary, and he solved it in 23 seconds. So for the teams, we had elementary and middle school divisions competing to solve 25 cubes as fast as they could.
Come on, they might have gone. It's okay, keep rolling, keep rolling.
So every team got to scramble for another team. So in order to scramble a cube, they had to turn it at least 25 quarter rotations. And then we covered it up with a cloth so nobody could see it before they started solving again. And for our teams, Moody Middle School was our winner for our middle school, and Colonial Trail won for elementary. And I think it's a great event where students can really show a different way of thinking. They can show their creativity, they can show their perseverance. And it's a little different than a sport too, but it still has that same competition feel, and we've been doing it for years, and the students ask for it over and over again.
That is amazing. That is awesome. All right, that's going to do it for competition. Let's give all of our cubers a round of applause.
They were solving those puzzles in less than 30 seconds. I think I might need 30 hours, and even then I'd probably have to peel the stickers to get it right. Now let's change from mathletes to musicians, or maybe I should say mechanics. This next piece is about making music, and I mean making it from scratch.
A little harder. Come on. That's it. So you go.
That's hard.
Nice. Put it down on here over this resonator tube right here, and it's gonna make it louder.
We had Brent Hall come from Bridgewater, Virginia to help our students build a bass marimba.
I'm a music teacher. That's what I'm going for every single time. The joy that they come into the classroom with. Okay, I wonder.
It was solid pieces of wood, and our students from 2nd through 5th grade were able to carve out. They were using chisels and hammers. And we would check the instrument every few beats to see what pitch it was at. B, so it's a lower F. So our students were able to learn a lot about science, math, and then how that all incorporates in music. A little bit of physics on the elementary school level, which is one of my favorites.
I discovered this beautiful instrument towards the end of my teaching career. The fact that they can participate in its construction makes it an incredible opportunity for hands-on participation. Okay, here we go.
The project took 2 days from start to finish. We were able to squeeze groups in 30-minute sections, give them a quick rundown of each, what they were going to do, and then they went straight to work.
Really good, really good.
There's no sad faces when you get to play a bass marimba. The mallets are huge, and the bigger the instrument, the more joy it seems to bring to the kids. I feel like the luckiest music teacher in the world to have this instrument in my classroom. It's the only one in Henrico County, so we are super lucky. I feel kind of spoiled, and my kids are we're all thrilled to make music together daily, and this just adds to that excitement.
Yeah, we have a beautiful song.
These are the bars, the bass marimba bars. They're going in my classroom. It's gonna be really great.
That was pretty cool. Not only did I not know how to build a marimba, I didn't even know what a marimba was until I saw this story. Curious about how it sounded? Take a listen. When we come back, we'll take a river trip and see how desserts are a big part of Henrico school competitions.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
You guys ready to get this cosplay contest started?
I'm Mr. Webb. Glad to see everybody. Hope y'all have a good time.
Here's Indigo. Now you're going to see her as the UH's as Misa Amane from Death Note. Pokemon trainer. As Gil as No Face. Your sister Blue Village Girl. Yeah. We have Jason as Zenitsu.
She's staying in character. She's wearing exactly the piece of wear in real life.
Thank you so much for the art. Highland Spring, First Year Anti-Club.
Welcome back to School Matters. I'm Lexi. So far in the program, we've solved some puzzles and created some music. Now it's time for one of my favorite parts of school, a field trip. Pack up because it's time to hit the road, or should I say hit the water.
Lauren is going to run as the lead boat, so you guys can't actually kind of go past her. And I'm going to run as what we call the sweep boat. Are you ready? It's going to feel odd here, but you're going to be fine. I got you. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yep. There you go. Yep. Yep, you're doing good. Okay, here we go. So how's that feel? Good? So when we get in here, I'm going to have Eli pick up his paddle and just see if you guys can stay straight.
All right, I want you to pull this ampule towards you right now.
Pull it towards me.
That was it. And now the very tip is broken glass. I want you to be careful, but pull it out and start moving it up and down until the air bubble travels all the way up and all the way down. You can rotate it.
So as that chemical reacts with the river water, it starts to slowly change color.
I'm thinking like between this.
Between 8 and 10?
Mm-hmm.
Which would be?
9.
9. All right, cool. Yeah. So here, walk it around and show everyone else and see if they all agree.
This a guy.
This a guy. So the fall line is where the James River stops being fed by gravity. Can water move uphill? No, it has to go downhill. So all the way up in the mountains, it's just water flowing downhill. It hits Richmond and the fall line, and from there, it's influenced from the tides for the rest of the river, all the way out to the Chesapeake Bay. So how do we remember to not touch poison ivy? What's the saying? 3 leaves, let it be.
Right.
All right, so don't touch it. There are different forms of poison ivy. Yeah, so this 3-leaved thing, poison ivy. Poison ivy can also grow up trees on these hairy branches.
Somebody's paddling out there by themselves. Over here, look.
I actually went on a trip like that once. I don't remember much, but we did catch a fish. Anyway, special thanks to the Henrico Education Foundation for helping finance this program. Okay, now these stories have a few things in common. They both involve competition between schools and both feature one of my favorite things, dessert.
Good morning. Thank you so much for being Elko's version of Cupcake Wars. We are so excited to get started. I have 3 groups. They're going to create 3 different cupcakes, and you get to judge.
Today is our annual Cupcake Wars. It used to be a competition that Henrico County Public Schools did with high school students. But since I started working in middle school, maybe about 4 years ago, I thought it was a really important opportunity for them. They are amazing kids, but of course, independent living isn't culinary arts. So I need to give them the opportunity to do something that matters in the kitchen.
So tell me how you, what's your base flavor? How we pulling these apples in? Are you using any spices? Give me a little background on it.
We're going to find an apple and cinnamon.
Oh, so we're going to caramelize them.
Caramelize them?
I guess you can say that.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
It was fun. I enjoyed it, and then they helped me, and I appreciate them for helping me to know what to do with my icing, how to make it taste good.
It was fun. I was nervous at first, but once we got going, it went pretty well.
It was stressful. I mean, I didn't even think we were gonna get this far, so I'm happy I did.
Perfect score, 250, s'mores frappuccino.
I pray that the kids understand how important it is to collaborate, to work together to make something amazing, and to know that even if they don't do the best, they have opportunities to get better.
So Chamberlayne and Laburnum, we have had a friendly competition of which school would complete the most units on Lexia. And so it went through the whole month of May, and both schools have been battling back and forth to get that win. So Lexia is just really a great program to build those foundational literacy skills for our students, and so we use it as a supplemental piece to our literacy instruction. And so we've really been hyping the kids up so that they can get those units in, so they can make that growth in literacy that they need, and the kids have been amazing about it.
We have been doing Lexia challenges to save Ms. Boone from getting pie in the face. Lexia is a website that helps you reading and saying words and pronouncing them. It can even help you improve your English and reading.
I got 400 units for the month. Miss Boone have to go to Chamberlayne and she's going to get pie in the face.
For us, really, with that Lexia push, it's been super beneficial so that ensuring that kids are on it. They're using it at home, they're using it at school, and they're really trying to get those units in, because when you complete those units, that's how we know you're making growth in the program. Unfortunately, because Chamberlayne cheated, I'm just joking, I'm going to get pied in the face by Mr. Van Rossum.
Ms. Payne, our school quality coach, came and said she wanted to do a challenge for Lexia. She was going to find a neighboring school that would join us in that challenge. And she picked Laburnum, and so Laburnum and us, we decided to battle each other to see who could have the most units. But I gotta say, we've been leading the whole division in the most Lexia units anyway, all school year. The kids were extremely excited about the whole challenge, because not from the competitive side of wanting to beat Laburnum, but just wanted to beat themselves.
I think that a lot more people have increased on their reading.
Since the Lexia challenge has started, I was on level 19 and I was working really hard, and I made it to the last level of Lexia, and now I'm trying to finish the program.
There should be more of these type of things, because sometimes kids just need an extra motivation. Right? And that anything that you can find that can motivate kids and push kids even more is helpful, so that they have something to strive towards.
You all have done a fabulous job with your reading, and you know that those Laburnum Lions have done a fabulous job with their reading too. So are you ready to find out?
It was fun because I was screaming a lot. Now my throat is starting to hurt a little bit, but it was really exciting to see Miss Boone get pied in the face and not our principal.
It was only 140 units separated Chamberlayne from Laburnum at the very end. But we also traded leads. Every week there was a different winner. And so we would use that to push our kids to say, they're in the lead now, we got to step it up. And then we would lead, and then they would say the same thing, and then they would lead. And so in the end, to see that it was only 140, that was incredible to see, because that could have been, it could have been the other way.
I have never been hit in the face with a pie. I wouldn't mind trying that, but I would want to be the hitter, not the hitty. When we come back, we'll see how some Wildcats are using what they've learned in school to help the community, and see how my fellow Blue Devils paid a visit to some old friends.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back to School Matters. I'm Lexi. The purpose of going to school is to prepare you to be successful in the future. That can mean college, a job, or just life in general. Here at the Center for Communications and Media Relations, we focus on how to write, use graphics, and video. At the Center for Information Technology at Deep Run High School, they focus on computers, coding, and apps. Recently, some of those Deep Run students took some of their skills and used them to help some organizations in the community.
The CIT project kickoff is always an exciting day.
The CIT kickoff is an event that we have that marks the start of our projects. So we all meet in the auditorium, and Ms. Norris and the other center teachers, Mr. Caudill and Ms. Logan, they'll explain to us what the CIT projects are, how it works, the timeline, and most importantly, what our projects are.
Our communities out there have needs, and they are looking for you.
This is an extraordinary opportunity, so it's going to pay dividends.
It actually stands for Community Innovation Technology Project. We've learned these project management skills over freshman and sophomore year, and we get the opportunity to use those in a group and work on a project that helps in the community or helps an organization.
Will, Trevor, Jasmine, all of y'all are there.
What's the thing that you like most about working?
So we have a group of sophomores and juniors. This team was of 9 people, and we get assigned some sort of technology project.
We were able to learn what project we got, and we were able to meet our team members, so we could socialize with everyone a bit and get to know each other before we started some hard work.
We were assigned different roles, so I was the project lead, she was the project manager, and the rest were development members.
So we can probably have better synergy and complete all the tasks quicker.
For your school email, because we all have.
Well, it depends on what you use as your primary. So whatever is your primary.
It's called CIT
Projects 2022 Computer Club on Block 2.
At the start, we had no clue what we were doing, but after our first meetings and as time went on, we gradually got a better idea of what we were working towards, and like I said, I think it went wonderfully.
Good morning. We are the JRC Point of Sale team. We are proud to present our working product in this project.
And our project is the searchable book database.
This is where our project comes into play. We were tasked with analyzing these enrollment trends and dropout rates.
Our client is Roman Bahuk. He's also a graduate from Deep Run High School. He created a company called MetaCTF, which is basically a competition where students can solve like cybersecurity problems, and they give you points.
What he had before our project was somewhat inefficient and didn't really account for many outliers of the flags themselves. So as a result, our team made a new grader that was way more efficient and also would allow the administrators who would be checking the flags to have a lot more options.
Luckily, our client was very helpful, and he gave us a lot of starter code and documentation, and he took the time to explain things to us. The people who are competing would like enter in their answer, and then this code would run, and then it would apply all of these different checks to see if they got the correct answer.
We were assigned the project of basically creating an interactive map for Woodland Cemetery, which is a historically African-American cemetery where tens of thousands of African-Americans in the Richmond, Virginia area have been buried. But over the years, it's been rather neglected, and it's been very overfilled, very disorganized.
And our task was to create an interactive map that allows normal people to find their loved ones easily.
All they had was a notebook full of the plots and names. So first, last year, we had to convert that to a database. So then for this year, we could convert that database into the map.
You can see if you drag over the different parts of the map, you'll see these little red squares pop up, and each of these red squares indicates a plot on the map. If we click on one of them, it will highlight, and it will tell us the section letter and the plot number.
Our client told us that she wanted us to make it so that basically you could use it on an iPad, so that when people come to the cemetery, they can just give them an iPad. So we did make it completely mobile friendly, so it can work on an iPad, it can work on a phone or a computer.
One of the cool things about that project is that the juniors kind of serve as the bosses, while the sophomores are more like the worker bees. Then the next year, the sophomores are juniors, so they get to be in charge, and so on and so on. We'll leave you now with some very special video of some very special people, my classmates. Recently, the class of 2022 from here at Varina went back to visit some of our elementary and middle schools. It's a tradition here at Varina. That's it for the show. For School Matters, I'm Lexi.
All right.
Good morning, Elko Eagles. We're very fortunate we have the Varina High School class of 2022 in the building. And so teachers, the class of 2022 will walk our hallowed hall.